I often, sort of say to myself, why have I stuck it out for nearly 30 years? There's something about the place that I really love. When Birkbeck was first founded, way back in 1823, it was to help working people in London get an education.
To this day, our students are incredibly important to us, and our mission to provide really cutting-edge education to people who work full-time hasn't changed at all.
We actually do exactly the same degrees as any other university. But what we do that is different is that we teach it in the evenings.
You can absolutely study part-time and work full-time. So our student body is part of what makes Birkbeck really special, because they come with their experiences from work during the day and they come and share them with us as they learn in the evenings.
It's always been a dream to work for such an amazing place. My name is Rachel Chambers. I am assistant to the director at the V&A Museum of Childhood. I think I applied for my first job at the V&A about 8 years ago, quite naively thinking I had a chance, but obviously didn't. I knew that I wanted to work within history, with people preferably. I knew that I felt passionate about objects, so I always knew that the museum route was a route for me. And in order to get this job, I had to have a degree in a history-related subject, and I didn't.
People come here for different reasons. Some of them it's because they have a very career-orientated approach to it.
I have students who work for local government or for think tanks, NGOs, and they want to further their career by getting a master's degree. But we also get people who are working in other industries and they want to have a change of track.
I'm Charlie Taverner. I'm just about to finish a part-time master's degree in early modern history. About a year and a half after my undergraduate degree, I've been working as a journalist. I think what was happening was I was missing the richness and the rigour of academic study. I was suffering an intellectual itch that I needed to satisfy.
I couldn't afford to do a master's and take a year out and do it full time. I had to do it while I was working at the same time, so I got a city job.
I was living in London, which is quite expensive, as everyone knows.
I chose Birkbeck because it gave the option of studying in the evening.
I could combine my full-time job with doing some academic work on top.
It had a strong reputation, so I felt that I trusted it. It's also in a great location, very easy to get to.
It meant 1.5 things with my time, but it was definitely worth it.
It was a really exciting time to start going back to education and something that I felt comfortable with and something that I wanted to do.
They range from, in our master's programmes, from 22 to 72, with probably most students being late 20s, 30s, and they bring that diversity of life experience. That's the kind of veneer, isn't it? Yeah. Different work experiences, different family setups, and you have this time to learn together and reflect together and develop a cohort. Absolutely, yes.
We had one guy who was all about medieval armoury and then another guy who was all about sort of Anglo-Saxon history.
We had people that could come at it from a psychological perspective or a medical perspective.
There were people who could speak Latin, there were people who had studied ancient Greek.
Or if you were really keen, you could look at taxes, though I was less keen on that option.
That diversity challenges our assumptions, our stereotypes. Our debates are fantastically good fun, and people are coming with really informed and interesting perspectives.
There were people who worked in the city in banking, there were people who were retired. But we all, ended up in the pub at the end of the lectures talking about trebuchets, which is great.
The commitment doing a part-time degree on top of a day job is hard. There's a real buzz at 5 or 6 o'clock when people are coming into class and they've been doing all kinds of things in the day.
It was quite a relief sometimes being in the city and sort of dealing with day-to-day flights or booking hotels, and then being able to go in the evenings and talk about things that I was passionate about and interested in. And also to know that I was investing in my future.
You might have been in the library quietly studying, or you might have been slaving away in an office, but everyone comes in at that time really ready to study.
Nobody mucks around. If you're going to come here in the evening after working all day, then they're dedicated to their studies.
And so, of course, they go out of their way, as we do, to help each other.
Everyone had done the reading, everyone had a point of view.
And then you have a fantastic discussion that goes in ways that you never even imagined.
Basically, that student body is what makes Birkbeck.
It's an expression of democracy, as I read it. It's an expression of frustration.
Research and teaching, whatever you're told, go together.
The university has to give us the time and space to pursue our research interest, to go out and do those interviews, to write the books. But doing that means that you're getting intellectual quality of a superior standard than if all we were doing was writing the notes from textbooks.
They're helping to shape their field. They are very much part of national and international debates.
We are producing the knowledge that we are then sharing and developing with you.
When you see books on the reading list with your lecturer's name on the cover, that's very exciting and fills you with confidence that you're right at the cutting edge of the research.
You're actually learning from people as the knowledge is being created, and I think that's really important because then you create more critical thinking skills.
It really did open the door to what I wanted to do. Before I'd even graduated, I was lucky enough to get the job here. I wouldn't have been able to get this job unless I had a degree in history. I wouldn't have been able to get the degree unless I could go to university in the evenings.
Spending time buried in the books gives you a fair amount of time to think hard about ideas and about ways that you're spending your life. I thought I was just satisfying some intellectual craving, and I never thought that almost 2 years down the road I'd be about to embark on a PhD, which is exactly what I'm doing.
There's never a moment that you turn up to class and you think, this is going to be hard work.
Look where we are at the centre, really, of London's university environment.
The feel of the university is really great.
You've got fantastic research libraries right on your doorstep.
They've got a great student bar. And just the lecturers, a lot of them have been there for a long time.
We believe in giving working people access to first-class research-led education. That's why I'm here 13 years later.
It's opened up an entire new career path for me.
I think when you go to somewhere and you feel like you belong there, that was a great thing that Birkbeck gave me.
It's become sort of ingrained for many people as a kind of institution that they think of as London's university.